So, haven't cast anything in like, God, a couple weeks now. I've been really busy with school and work and shit, so I have a couple hours today. Figured let's do some matches. Let's get some content out there, see what we can do. And found this game between BMG and what looks like xCet. Obviously, Pew, Zergo, Nox, and Fine are potentially looking at making a new team. There's been some foreign posts about the Team Excellent potentially making a comeback, especially with potentially SG disbanding, which would be extremely interesting, especially considering they just won Han Tour Season 2. Obviously, Saint Rox here is from Reason Gaming. Reason had some switch-ups too. I believe they dropped Death Growl and Tilla, picked up Nocera and Panny. So Saint Rox is still a part of Reason. I think he's just ringing here. BMG notably, of course, also Super KG has left the organization, so this is probably their last scrim with Super KG, and they've picked up Limp, formerly of SG, of course. So some shakeups going on here, as tends to happen when Han Tour concludes, when we see the finish of a major tournament like that, and there hasn't been anything announced for some time. There will tend to be some more shakeups. But getting into this game so far here, Torture, Affiliate, Puppet Master, and Gauntlet all going to be banned out. Nothing too crazy. Puppet Master's ban a little interesting here from Hanskin, and apparently feeling like the nerfs that were given to Ophelia, as well as the jungle in general, really were not sufficient to take out Ophelia's viability as an extremely strong hero, and I completely agree with that, to be honest. It seems like, to me, that it's just still such a good hero. You know, it was strong before, it's strong now. I don't know that there's going to be able to be much that can be done to Ophelia to make her a non-powerful hero. It's just, that's who she is. But obviously, I'm looking to write some stuff down here because I'm once again going through the stats up, and I forgot to do some stuff beforehand, which I probably should have, which meant that I wouldn't have to do this now, but anyway, Rhapsody and Parasite going to be the first two picks here, and finally this thing seems to be moving along a little bit. Anyway, Rhapsody, Parasite here so far. Parasite, interesting that you choose to get picked up so early. Bensington, of course, left open, and we talked about that before with the strength of Sir Bensington, obviously being that Suicide Lane here in Joseph Van's hands. At least that's pretty sure that that's what's going to be the case. It seems unlikely that we'll see anything other than that, especially with how powerful Bensington is in that Suicide role, and he can just take over games so fast, man. But Parasite, interesting. I've said, I think before, I'm not the biggest fan of Parasite. I think he's a strong hero, but I think what we found out basically with recording all of those numbers for all those games between On Tour playoffs, so the cycle, I don't think I have anything for cycle 10 or 9, but the playoffs, the various scrims, King of the Hill matches, Parasite actually has a 43% win rate or so when he's played against another jungler. If he's against a non-jungle lineup, he gets to about 55%, so he does well against non-jungle lineups, but if he doesn't have those supports to pick off and sort of feed on and get a whole bunch of gold from, he does not tend to actually have a great game. So I'd like to see the junglers banned out here from Hanskin, and I would imagine that he will focus them. I'd be surprised. No, Tempest's not going to be taken out, so I guess figuring that they're not going to be running the Tempest here on the Hellborn side, and certainly that may be the case, I don't know, but I'm a little concerned now because that Tempest in the opposing jungle, and that certainly would fit this lineup. Drunken Master, Crack, and Wretch Tag, all strong gank heroes, some decent team fight as well, and Tempest Ultimate along with the push could really help this lineup out, provides two things that this lineup so far is decent at in terms of the team fight, and then something that is not very good at all in terms of the push. So I'd like to see that. Haven't done too much analysis on this Legion side yet so far, but obviously the gank presence is extremely strong. Not a great push team, not a great team fight team quite yet. Obviously 2 picks still remaining. They could come back and have a really nice draft, but At this point, this is like gank, 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 gank. Malikan obviously can provide some carry there, but no, not a lot of team fight. A fair bit. It's not like he does nothing in those team fights, but he's not really a team fight oriented hero. He does do a fair bit of damage in general, but there's a Tempest pick, so that's what I was concerned about. And then, I mean, you have to consider that BMG is probably, or BMG's definitely got to be considered the favorite in this matchup, just 1v1, because they have had so much success, and so you can basically say, alright, maybe they can get away with that, but the Parasite versus the Tempest, that's going to favor the Tempest here, so we'll see how BMG is able to counteract the fact that their opponents are running a jungle lineup, and they are as well with a jungler that does not do too well against opposing jungle lineups. But I'd like to see a team fight and a push hero here. Bubbles would work fairly well at that, obviously a little more gank even, but some decent team fight as well. Magmus, perhaps. Not a huge fan of that. In terms of what is still available, Slither could possibly be a very powerful hero at this point, although it wouldn't really fit their lanes too well. They need a mid is what they need to grab. Let's see. Not too much on the board that really fits that mentality and also gives you a strong mid. It will be the Bubbles. So almost certainly going to be a Bubbles mid lane and a Benzington Suicide with Malikan and Rhapsody in the bot. And I'd be extremely surprised if we didn't see that sort of lineup. But obviously it could be anything. You never know. Especially with these guys here, they could certainly switch the Benzington and the Bubbles. Put Benzington in Super KG's hands and have Josephine play that Suicide Bubbles. But not a huge surprise, that's not what they're going to do. They are going to go the Suicide Benzington. That has... You pretty much never see anything other than that. Anyway. Just going to make sure that I've got some information down here, and I've started to rate things, so hopefully I won't be able to... I won't have to take too much time in the actual game. With not doing things. I did not turn all the skip laws on, so I'll do that real fast. Sorry about that. And so, let's see, looks like there's going to be a pretty decent gang squad here headed bottom. And there's pause, and we go right through it. And that's why we turn on skip pause on. Haha. I don't know why every single time I get through a pause like that I feel like I've beaten something, but I do for some reason. Tempest. Anyway, so lanes for both sides are pretty clear, I think. I already called Legions, obviously, when you see the Suicide start benzing up here. Solo mid Bubbles and Rhapsody, Malikan in the bottom lane, although right now it looks like we might see a solo bot Bubbles, which would be a little interesting to me. I think I'd much prefer the dual lane bottom, but no doubt that's what xCet is expecting. They're expecting to see the dual lane bottom and the mid Bubbles, and that's presumably why they're putting Hag middle. Bottom lane will be the Suicide Kraken, so going to be Hag in the mid lane. Up top going to be Drunken Master and Aluna. As they, you know, this has been said a couple of times, is up against the Sir Benzington, you really have to go with the dual lane. Like a 1v1, he just has so many problems. And it could actually be a duel. So this is really interesting that that Seal Kid is going to be up here helping Josephine out on that Sir Benzington, making this a 2v2 lane. And even more curious is the fact that Malikan in this middle lane is going to be solo versus a Wretched Hag, which is not a lane that he should win. Hag should absolutely be able to dominate this lane. Up top, though, Luna's already in some trouble. She's going to take a whole bunch of damage. That's an easy bloodlust there as the Joust, or the Lantalong, sorry, comes out, and you're dead. So, good start already here for Jonathan Fan and the guys on BMG. Bottom lane, Kraken versus Bubbles. Probably going to be won here by Bubbles, as he has the slight advantage with the range, of course. Harass damage should be a little bit better. Splash auto attack should allow Kraken to get a fair number of last hits, and the fact that he is as tanky as he is will help quite a bit, but unless Bubbles seriously misplays, he will not die in this lane. And he has the potential to get a kill on Kraken. It's certainly not the easiest thing to do, but it's definitely possible, especially once Bubbles starts to hit level 6, as he has those 3 nukes, and he can do a bunch of combo damage onto Kraken if he manages to harass him down a little bit. And no surprise here, winning the CS battle, KGE here is at 5-1 compared to Kraken at 4-0, now 5-0, so just slightly ahead there with the extra deny, but should continue to do quite well in this lane. As I said before, mid lane, obviously, Wretched Hag going to be the advantage here. Up top, meanwhile, Joust coming in, Staccato Suns are on top of Luna, Lantalong's going to be available in a second, and that's probably going to be another death layer. Nope. Actually, as Luna takes a health pot, and Pew will get away, just barely. So, no second kill coming out here in this top lane. Mid lane, meanwhile, it's going to be Malakin at 6-1 taking the other haunt, as he's been taking considerable damage here. Wretched Hag's at 8-2, so no surprise here that Hag's winning this lane. Sword Throw goes at the stop the health pot, and that's a little interesting. Fairly big investment there to stop the health pot. Obviously, looking for the rune will be bot, and Malakin will down and grab the illusion. Up top, Pew getting chased down once again. And we'll actually get pushed back in. There's this power throw, and they will get Jonathan Fan picked off here, as he was getting a little too aggressive on top of the stun there. And that's going to be a kill on Rhapsody as well, so 2 for nothing there, as the guys on xCet turn this around, and BMG, nice start there, but not looking so hot right now, as they manage to lose both of the heroes in the top lane. And we'll see if they continue to run this dual lane, or if Seal Kid chooses to go somewhere else. He is going to keep going up here. So, interesting decision there up top, as they choose to continuously run that dual lane up against a dual lane. And the Hellborn side is now slightly benefiting from it, and they do have a slight golden experience lead, obviously nothing substantial, and at this point it's really, really easy to fluctuate between a gold lead and a golden deficit, just because we're so early in this game and there's haven't been substantial resources built up on either side. Anyway, I do have to say, the thing I'm concerned about here, I guess, for the Hellborn team is whether or not they have enough carry potential. Obviously, Wretched Hag, solid carry. Kraken and Drunken Master both at least solid semi-carries. I think I'd probably even put Drunken in that carry role. But Malakin is easily the hardest carry on the board. And Josephine on that Benzington will be able to do quite a bit of damage. It's got a lot of burst here, and Rhapsody's going to be able to help out a lot in these team fights. So, in terms of the late game potential, I think they're slightly even. I might give the favor here a little bit to BMG, but I'm just concerned about if they do not allow that, or if they do allow, that Malakin to take off, because that could lose the game for them very quickly. And Hag will be a little easier to shut down, especially because there were changes to the light brand, I believe, a little while ago, where they made it a little less effective. So I'm going to either stagger there onto Jonas, and he will be fine. Wretched Hag obviously having her bottle already, doing quite well in that regard. Bottling up a regen rune. Malakin already also has his bottle, so he'll do fine. Up top, Seal Kid, gets picked off once again, and he gets just an easy kill there as Tempest comes in with Glacial Blasts, and Seal Kid is unable to survive the gank. You also got to consider what's going on here in the jungle. This is what I was saying about jungle versus non-jungle lineups for Parasite. 235 gold per minute here for Hanskin. He's been completely inactive in this lane, and this is really a hero that likes to gank. He thrives on ganking. Meanwhile, Fine in the opposing jungle has that 1 kill, obviously at 290 gold per minute as well, so he's doing quite well. And you sort of got to wonder, is this once again an instance of Parasite just not being a particularly strong jungler when he's run against other jungle lineups? And he's certainly getting outplayed here by Fine on that Tempest. and the last golden experience are relatively even, so despite the fact that we have a 3-1 hero kill lead in favor of the Hellborn, and the jungle is going in their favor as well. Middle lane also being won by xCet. This top lane here is still going quite well, in fact, for the Legion side. Benzington at 320 gold per minute, the top in the game, compared to Zergo at 282. So he's not doing bad at all, but it's still a bit of an issue. There you go, Lance along on top of the joust, and Aluna is just dead. There's nothing she can do about that. That's painful. I'm trying to turn this around here a little bit on Jonas, but it's not going to happen. So Pew is like, I mean, I don't get it. Like, where's that? No. Charge being missed there by Kraken as they're trying to do something here on Parasite. Has the leech on it, of course. Malcolm's running over as well, has an ultimate or a sword throw, not both. Throws the sword throw out there. Malkin's going to be able to get the kill here on the Henskin, or sorry, St. Rock's. Hag going to be the next on the lineup as the Kelpfield goes out. And Pew is now in a lot of trouble, getting caught as well. He's going to take the Kelpfield stun. Going to try to get away here. It is not going to happen. Up top, Fine also dies in the jungle as he gets caught out here by Rhapsody and Benzington. There's the joust after the staccato stuns. The Lancelong finishes him off, so all of a sudden, there are 4 kills in favor of BMG. And they've taken a 2.5k gold lead and a 2k experience lead. So, yeah, that's a thing, I guess, that now we have to be concerned about. Staccato stuns there once again onto Drunken Masters, who's taking too much damage. So, I should say, I guess the thing I'm now more concerned about than the late game is the fact that there's so much burst damage here on the Legion side. Malakin does a fair bit, but it's really mostly concentrated in Parasite and Bubbles. And, oh, Benzington too, for that matter. Up top, and Drunken's like, yeah, I got one more. Joust misses, doesn't matter, gets in the positioning, and that's going to be an easy kill there. Steel Kid actually picks up the last hit. Up top here, Parasite is hanging around, perhaps looking for a jump onto Pew. Obviously, not a lot of mana here on either Steel Kid or Benzington. And Steel Kid is back going off to the side, but the Skeleton King is here. They're looking for to get the trap. There's a Lance along on top of the leech, looking at the power throw to finish this off. Not going to happen. Hodskin will get the last pick and kill Pew. So GPM charts all of a sudden going strongly in favor of this Legion side. Over at 400 gold per minute is Sir Benzington, played by Jonas McFan, 350 by Hanskin, so all of a sudden his farm's massively picked up. Drunken Master looking for a turn or something here onto Benzington, and Benzington's in a lot of trouble. Will get the mana battery off, but he's going to have to run around now, and really, actually just does not taking a lot of damage here. Both Hag and Tempest coming over, easy kill there now to Josephine as they manage to get the reinforcements to come in. Looks like we're going to turn this into a top push, and it is only Steel Kid up here, so he is going to find this difficult to hold off even with the Rhapsody dance floor, especially because we've got Hag with a blink. Going to be able to put the haunt down. Won't actually do it, but obviously that dance floor, a bit of a problem for the Hellborn team, but not really enough counter push. Meanwhile, over here, St. Rock's actually will get picked off as he gets charged. He does charge up there, but the ultimate from Malakin, last hit from Fuzi, and that's an easy kill. So once again, this top tower being pushed in. And Pew still only level 4, trying to not die to Parasite now, who's just hunting him down. And of course, Ward's here, so they will spot each other out. They know exactly what's going on, and Hanskin's like, yeah, maybe I don't want to do this. Wants to make his way over here, grab a Vagabond leader, and perhaps continue to farm. Up top, we have 4 heroes from the xCet side, looking to push the tower in again. Tempest Elementals continue to come out and assist with that push. But they're committing a lot of resources and time to try to get this top tower down, and it's not doing so well, actually. Glacial Blasts are there, well, plus the Benzington ultimate. Are they going to get enough? Nope, there goes the Tempest ultimate on top of this. Jonas fan's just totally screwed at this point. Hanskin's going to try to get a counter kill. Will look to take out Fine here on this Tempest. It's not going to happen, as Jonas actually died to neutral somehow. There goes the sword throw in from Fuzi. A nice ultimate from BMG, or from Rhapsody. Does not save anybody, but Weedfield will finish off Oluna and now help finish off Drunken Master. Steel Kid with 7 health, maybe? So Jonas actually died to neutral creeps. Somehow. I think that was the play of the year, actually. Okay, I'm going to go back and rewind this, because I think I know what happened. Okay, yeah. See that? That's brilliant. I want to watch that again because this is amazing. Okay, so here's we got. I know this is not really something I usually do, but this is an amazing play here from Hanskin. So he's gonna come over here with a Vagabond Leader. Let's make it a little faster than that. And there goes Tempest Ultimate. They're gonna get this kill onto Jonas. Yay, yay, yay! All right, here comes the nuke. He kills it. So now the nuke in the air belongs to nobody, and it gets killed by neutral creeps. That was amazing. That was impressive, man. I mean, it was lucky as hell, but I mean, I'm sorry, that was really, really awesome. Like, okay. Alright, let's just stop talking about it here because whatever. If you can't tell, this is my first cast back in a while, and I'm not sure what to do about it. Up top, who's going to be able to get away as the pressure being put on here by St. Rocks and I don't even know who's playing that hag. Nox. Not going to be enough. He will be able to evade their aggression and be just fine. But clearly, BMG in control of this game. And if Hanskin's going to do shit like that, then you're just not going to get anything. It's just the odds are not in your favor. I'm sorry. So Jonas looking for a rune, perhaps. Will not find one. Use the Lance Long instead, doing some damage to Zergo. Bottom rune of Refreshment will be picked up by Rhapsody. Yeah, Drunkenness tier now. This is a little dangerous. And what's going to happen? Actually, it puts the ultimate up. Not going to be able to get any damage from Hanskin as a result. Trying to get a counter call on Skill Kit. It's not going to happen. He gets turned around here with Bubbles and Parasite. And that's going to be a nice counter kill into Zergo. So good baiting there from Seal Kid. Sword Throw goes out there. It doesn't actually hit. Joust will, in fact, when the blink goes out, and that's an easy kill onto Nox. So well done there by Fuzi to bait that blink, and as a result, allow his teammates to get the kill. Hanskin, of course, picking up the last hit there. Looks like it'll be a mid-tower push as a result. BMG looking to first take their first tower of the game, and the second overall. Should be a pretty easy kill. Bottom lane also being pressured heavily. Glyph of Fortification goes off and a port coming in, so Bubbles will not be able to finish this off uncontested. It will die. The question is who's going to get it. And it actually will be KGE. Here comes Josephine in with the ultimate. Joust is going to hit just one. Zergo's in a lot of trouble. Puts Scale Field down. He's still taking a bunch of damage, but he's got the ultimate up. He won't be able to be targeted for a while. Bat Blast sits under 2. Bubbles going to die to the power throw. Off to the side. Zergo's still alive somehow. Luna's Sun's coming in. On to 2. Han's going to have to run away. And Luna going to be chased down and killed, though, as a result. And Jonas coming in will survive off to the side. He'll be able to pick it off Zergo as well as Nox as the reinforcements from BMG come in the form of Seal Kid and Fuzi. So, not a bad fight there from xCet, taking out Bubbles and nearly managing to kill Josephine as well as Hanskin. But in the end, losing 3 in exchange for just the 1 sword throw, only hitting on the back end there. Joust will actually connect as well. I think Tempest Ultimate did go off there. No, it didn't, as he died. Anyway, Fine is going to get caught, and so is St. Rocks. So that's going to be a genocide in effect, as... Oh, nice power throw snipe killing Jonas. So, Pew getting a little revenge there, but no doubt a massively won fight, and nice push here as a result from BMG. Sword throw going out there will hit onto Nox and slow him down, prevent him from being able to do anything. So that's going to be a secondary tower kill in favor of BMG, and all of a sudden they've got a 10k gold lead, 11k experience lead, and they're firmly in control of this game at this point, obviously. And this is what I was concerned about too, as well, with all the gank potential, the burst damage here on the Legion side that allows him to take this mid-game lead. Malakin's going to get out of hand, and he already is. He's 482 gold per minute. Nox here on this Wretched Hag is only at 270, and there's no question that Malakin is the hardest carry in this game. He's really going to substantially outcarry not only Hag, but Drunken Master. The two of them combined might be able to do something, but then you got to figure, Bubbles, Parasite, Bensington, all of them in support of this Malakin. That's going to be a really dangerous hero. Tempest's going to be able to provide some stuff, Kraken can be able to provide some stuff, but for the most part, it's going to be a bit of a struggle here for this Hellborn side to take this in the late game with the way things are looking right now. Up top, Bubbles will be okay. Looking for a rune here, and does grab the invis. Bottom lane, just a refreshment. Bottled up here by Wretched Hag. Some nice counter wording going on there as well. Invisible is continuing to stalk his victim, and Tempest looks like he might be in some trouble here. Will get jumped on by Josephine as well as KG and the Bubbles. There goes the Shell Surf through. One more auto attack and meet up. In fact, the Lance along will finish it off, and that's plenty. Dance Floor goes down there. Gonna help clean up some of these creeps, and Jonas will be totally fine, taking some damage to that tower, as well as Glacial Blast, but not a big deal. Fuzi on this Malikan, gonna roam here through the woods, double damage up. I mean, tower gonna be pressured pretty heavily here. As Fuzi is in his ulti form, transformed ability. Wear off there, but that's still gonna be an easy tower kill here in middle. Up top, Hellborn are pushing down the secondary tower, but this isn't gonna help them too much if they even get it. And they might if they commit to it. Doesn't like BMG is interested in mounting too much of a defense at this point. Well, bottom lane Zergo, the Drunken Master, of course, is looking to push this bot tower, which has taken 0 damage so far. Yep, there goes BMG all of a sudden. Energizer gets popped, looking at this kill onto Aluna. Joust comes out, will just barely hit. There's the pullback in, and now they're going to drop the release of Kraken. Easy kill on Jones Fan. Pew will get away. Looks like Nox on this Wretched Hag will just be able to live as well as the blink goes off. Nope, I might have spoke too soon. Pew might still be dead here. There goes the Leech, one more auto attack. There it is, and Han's going to be alright. Zergo's coming in here, and the refreshment room will be picked up. Looks like that's going to be it. Stagger away. Going to be plenty, and Zergo should be just fine. So it ends up being a 1-for-1. Jonas for Pew, which is a good trade for the Hellborn team, but not really the best. Ultimate from Josephine coming out. Will be hitting onto Tempest here. Joust following up as well. Lance along in a couple more auto attacks, and Leech will be easy kill there. Nox and blink away, and he'll be fine. So no tail damage rune here on Fuzi. Things are not looking good here for Team xCet. And I'm not really sure how much they can do to come back here. I mean, 14k gold, 15k experience at this point. It's just not something that's going to be able to be substantially recovered, I think. I mean, at this point we have 4 heroes, here on the Legion side who are outfarming everybody in Hellborn. And even Rhapsody's outfarming 3 of the 5 heroes on Hellborn, so I mean, BMG would have to massively throw at this point. It's 22-8, it's 17 minutes in, like, this is just not a game that's gonna turn around really quickly for xCet all of a sudden. They don't have the heroes either. I mean, it's not like, oh, we have a team fight lineup, we've been getting picked off a lot, we have a push lineup, and we haven't been doing that so much. Once we start doing that, it's going to turn around for us because, you know, we haven't been exploiting our lineup. They just sort of have a lineup. There doesn't seem to be too much synergy between their heroes. They've got some gank potential. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, Zergo and the Drunken Master will take the kill field stun. Easily going to die here for the last auto attack from, or it might have been the dance for as well from Seal Kid. Regardless, going to be a nice kill onto Drunken Master up top. Meanwhile, Han's going to get picked off. We're going to get a pick off here out of Nox, and it's going to be a nice kill, as obviously he has picked up his Codex. Codex is alright, level 2. Meanwhile, in middle lane, Fine down here will drop the ultimate, going to get stopped immediately there by the Steel Kid stuns, and there goes both Fine and Pew. As Luna gets picked off in the background. St. Rock's trying to live here, will drop the ultimate onto Bubbles, and will actually pull Jonas in as well. Going to try to kill Super KGE here, not going to quite do it. Actually, there goes the Sunner Scream there. Bat Blast actually hits nothing, so this trades Super KGE for St. Rock's there. Hawk going to go down, Steel Kid going to try to live, and he will just barely get away. Whew. That was a bit of a lucky port there. Joust comes in, will hit, and they're going to look for to get a kill here. That's going to be it. Nicely done. Is this like a bat, like a baseball player Malikan or something? Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, that's the game. So xCet apparently having enough, and this one-game series will go to BMG. So they look real strong here. No surprise, I think, as they are easily the number 2 team, maybe the number 1 team here in Han right now. And depending on whether you think SG is still alive or not, really, whereas whether you think they're good. And xCet, really a newly formed team. This wasn't much of a match, to be honest. It's, disregarding the fact that I think BMG pretty clearly had a better draft. They've already got the team synergy. They know how to work with each other, so not a real surprise that they managed to take this game. xCet played decently well, though, and that'll do it for this cast.